Rome wasn't built in a day. But here's what most people forget. It also wasn't destroyed in a day, and it most certainly wasn't rebuilt in a day. So why do we expect ourselves to be? Rome began as a small settlement along the Tiber River, surrounded by neighbors, limited resources, and no empire in sight. Yet, over centuries, it became one of the strongest civilizations in history. Military force, political structure, infrastructure, and culture. But it took over 1,000 years, and then it collapsed. But even when it collapsed, it was gradual. This isn't a lesson about history. This is a lesson about process. Every person is in one of three stages: preparing to build, you're actively building, or you're rebuilding. In the first stage, when we're preparing to build, planning feels powerful. It's clean. It's exciting. It's visionary. But planning is not progress. Planning is qualification. This is where you determine, is this worth building? Because once construction begins, it's going to have cost. Time, energy, discipline, and attention. The planning phase looks glamorous, but the planning phase reveals character. Many people quit not because the vision is wrong, but because they never evaluated the cost beforehand. When we unveil stage 2, we start to get into the building. Building feels repetitive. It's an uncelebrated effort. It's small progress stacked daily. It's solving problems that nobody else sees. And here's the tension. When we're building, we crave the finished product. We want the entire empire before the bricks. But stress comes from trying to see completion in a season that's all about construction. The only way that we can survive the construction building phase is one day at a time, one brick at a time, one disciplined action at a time. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency. Stage 3 is that rebuilding stage. Rebuilding has become the most misunderstood stage of them all. Rebuilding doesn't mean failure. It means transition. After Rome's collapse, it didn't return to what it was. It evolved. Because rebuilding requires grace. And that's a grace that you must give to yourself before anybody else can give it to you, where you'll actually receive it. You're not rebuilding to create the old version of yourself. You're rebuilding to construct something wiser. Rome took over 1,000,000 years to develop. You may not have 1,000,000 days, but you do have seasons. And maturity is recognizing what season that you're actually in. Impatience can confuse the season. Wisdom honors them. Rome wasn't built in a day. It wasn't destroyed in a day. It wasn't rebuilt in a day. So don't rush your becoming. Build your empire, brick by brick, day by day, season by season. Here are 2 simple action steps that you can use for strategy and for impact in your own life. First, identify what season that you're actually in. Am I preparing? Am I building? Or am I rebuilding? Then answer this question. What does success look like in this season that I'm in right now? Not the next one. When we have clarity about the season that we're in, it eliminates expectations. And it allows us to be more focused on what this particular season that we're in right now is all about. Because the time is always now, but the season may not be right for what it is that you may be pursuing or what you're going after. So being laser focused about what it is that you're trying to achieve in that particular season will eliminate those expectations that you may be looking for in a different season that has not arrived yet. Secondly, define one brick per day. Instead of chasing completion, define it. What's today's brick? Not the empire, not the entire structure. Just one meaningful action that moves construction forward. Remember this. Consistency compounds. Growth is seasonal, not instantaneous. Planning without cost evaluation ultimately leads us to burnout. Building requires patience more than passion. Rebuilding requires grace more than guilt. And always remember that your development is a long-term project. Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither were you.